game. Welcome to NFL Primetime, presented by Jameson, the unofficial drink of game day.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Week 7 NFL Primetime. Chris Berman, Booger McFarland, leaves falling, people getting costumes ready. But to some of the football teams, the costumes we think they're going to wear maybe aren't always the ones that they wear, as we're about to see.
And that's something, Boom, that we got to be very careful. We got to look very closely and see who's behind the costume.
Yeah, well, sometimes you don't even know who's in front of the costumes. Just when you think, well, today we pretty much know what's going to go on. There are a lot of teams with one win. They're not going to do much, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. For example, the New England Patriots. I mean, they've not looked like this for a long, long time. 1-5 and often so far behind early in the game that they really don't have a shot. Into town comes Buffalo, who all of a sudden needs a win. But they've owned the Patriots lately in this division. They're 6-1 the last 7 times they played. Bill Belichick says, we just got to start over. And that's exactly what they did today in Foxborough. Here we go. Bills in town. Josh Allen, Bills. Mac Jones looking for something offensively, New England. So 3-0 early New England. Allen through Dawson Knox. Whoa, Jabril Peppers. New England looked strong on defense right from the get-go.
Really good job by Jabril Peppers, dropping back zone coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, and making an INT.
So an early pick, another game of pick Allen, then Mac Jones midway first. To Mario Douglas diving and make the catch at the 10. First down New England, 2nd and goal. Ezekiel Elliott sighting. He looks strange with the number in the teens, but he's in the end zone, 10-0 Pats.
Banging it in, being very physical, Boom.
Yeah, now, Bills' first drive, third quarter. They're trailing 13-3 at half. They say enough is enough. James Cook, they came out running hard. Now inside the 20. Now Allen to Cook. We're diving. We get the pylon. And even though he knocks out pylon Cam, Bills in the end zone.
Really good job by Josh Allen there, taking what the defense gave you, and Cook getting it in the end zone.
Yeah, it's expensive. The cameras say, who are they going to bill for that?
A lot of money.
13-10, New England still up, though. Now it's 16-10. Jones, Pharaoh Brown. Oh, my goodness, the Patriots organized, moving offensively, 26 yards. Then Jones, Douglas, between two Bills defenders.
One of the best passes I've seen Mac Jones throw. 2nd
and goal. And are the Patriots truly born again in this game? Well, Kendrick Bourne with a touchdown. They lead 22-10. Patriots? It's 20. I haven't said that like in 30 years. Stephon Diggs, nobody touched him. How about that play? Everybody aware, Buffalo.
Boom, this is not college football. This is the NFL. He's got to be touched, very aware by Diggs. Get up and break a tackle and score.
So it's 22-17. Now we got about 5 to go in the game. Jones to Bourne, makes the grab, but Jordan Poyer around the ball, forces the fumble. Terrell Bernard, the middle linebacker, recovers it, and here come the Bills.
How good was that? Shout out to Peanut Tillman for the peanut punch there by Poyer.
The peanut punch by Poyer, said it pickled peppers. At any rate, Bills 4th and 2 at the 8. Under 3, Dalton Kincaid is the #1 draft pick. Tight end, the first down. Buffalo, they're going to go 3rd and goal. Allen, he's in. They get a 2-point conversion, so they got a 3-point lead with at the 2-minute warning. Now, Mac Jones. Remember Ramondre Stevenson. Bills tackling, where is it? It's 34 yards. Later in the drive, 3rd and 8. Jones. Oh, now they're going to use the tight ends. Hunter Henry. First down Patriots, and then the one that catches really well, Mike Gesicki. In the end zone with 15 seconds left. You got to be kidding me. Patriots? Sean McDermott said the same thing. Really? And what a clutch drive. Bill Belichick wins for the 300th time in the regular season. Don Shula, George Halas, Bill Belichick. It was a long time. A month coming seems like a long time in the coaching business. New England shocks the Bills. Mike Gesicki said, I had it all the way.
that was cool. It was cool for me to see. It was cool for me to be a part of, and it was cool, for him and this offense to experience that. Because for this season, a lot of chatter has been that the offense has been the weak link, and I mean, we had a chance to deliver today, and we did.
Well, I wish I knew the exact answer because we'd have it fixed by now. So I'm gonna watch this film and find a way to get there, whatever it is. Our season's not over. It's a long season. I know it feels pretty bleak right now, but we're gonna figure it out.
They will, and we'll get to Buffalo in a minute. So, the starting over from the beginning, win or lose. You and I watched together.
Yeah.
Not only the defense, the special teams punting out, inside the 7 or whatever it was. Mac Jones played his best game certainly of the year as a Patriot. They looked like a different team, even if they didn't win the game, which of course they did.
And everything you said is true, but it starts with the offense. All season long, we've been waiting on this offense. The offense has been inept. They couldn't score. They went so many drives without scoring a touchdown. Mac Jones looked the best we've seen him look. The offense was efficient. Guys were involved. They got the tight ends involved.
Yep.
And it almost seemed like a cohesive unit. You saw energy. You saw life with this Patriots team, and it bled to the defense. Got a couple of turnovers, made some key stops. And this is the ceiling of this Patriots team. We've been waiting to see. We know they're not the most talented team in the league, Boom, but can you play to your ceiling? And today they did.
It was a familiar foe, so a game plan was going to work. Now for Buffalo, look, I do watch the Bills. They clobbered Miami.
Yes.
Then they went to London, and it's like they never returned. I mean, they got beat by Jacksonville there. They should have lost to the Giants, or could have, and they lost on this day. It's almost like the Loch Ness Monster, where something over there got them. Look, they're too good a team to be fumbling, if you're rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling, but Josh was shaking his head. They look off, and Matt Milano's injury is a big part of it, but every team has injuries.
Well, Boom, not just Milano. You lose Tre'Davious White, you lose Milano, you lose Jones up front to the Peck, and the expectations continue to get higher and higher. So even though you lose all those players, the expectations are growing, and it's almost like something is missing. And I'm not talking about the physical something, like something mental. Like this team has so much pressure on them, and one mistake turns to 2, turns to 3, and you see them crumble before our eyes down the stretch and lose to teams they shouldn't lose to. They need to have a serious meeting inside their locker room. Say, hey, guys, we're way too talented. Yes, you're right. Every team loses players. But how do we bounce back and play as a team? Because this is still one of the more talented teams in football.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Yeah. They'll get it right, but
we hope so.
You can't you allow a drive up the field. Even a field goal, you're still in overtime.
Yes.
Well, whatever. Good job by New England. Congratulations to Coach Belichick. Well, so the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens, both in first place. Lions won 4 in a row, and their team is traveling. But in Baltimore, the Ravens haven't been home for Montreal Suggs. Oh, T-Sizzle. They're putting him up in the Ring of Honor.
One of the best to ever do it, Boom.
Yep, there's no question about that. Lamar Jackson says, I see you, and I also see Zay Flowers. Hey, wide receivers catching the ball. Right on the money, 46-yard game. First drive, Baltimore. John Harbaugh, 4th and 1. We're going. Oh, the fake handoff. I don't think anyone's going to catch Lamar. I'm in there, and it's 7-0 Baltimore right out of the gate.
And an outstanding block by Ronnie Stanley out front, Boom.
And now Jackson pressured. How much time does he buy? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. You can spell Mississippi 10 times, and then it's Nelson Aguilar, and it's a touchdown, 14-0.
Yeah, Boom, this is what you can't do. I don't care if you have Darrell Green, Champ Bailey, Ronnie Lott in the secondary. If you give a quarterback 10 seconds, somebody's going to uncover. Good job by Nelson Aguilar redirecting, giving his quarterback somebody to throw to.
So, Ravens offense purring. Second quarter, Detroit yet with the first. Oh, they put in my guy. Number 42, Patrick Ricard. He's a black bear from Maine. Look at the big fullback rumbling, stumbling, picking up 28 yards. Then, we've seen this a million times. Jackson, tight end Mark Andrews, hits the pylon, 21-0, Baltimore.
And the route is on, Boom. The offense was so efficient. Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator, trying to figure something out.
Yeah, they've had a great year on defense, but this was not one of them. Arthur Mollet with the sack of Jared Goff. Dan Campbell. You know, the Lions, it's a different Lions team, but the pitch to Gus Edwards, and it's 28-0. Detroit has yet to have a first down. Wow. Early third quarter. Lions, 4th and 4. Of course, you got to go for it. Goff, Monroe St. Brown, 15-yard pickup. Detroit trying to get going. Trying to get the feeling you never know. 4th and goal to 6. Looking for Josh Reynolds. Roquan Smith, he's everywhere.
Everywhere. The story today, boom, 4th and goal, they throw in the double coverage.
And then Baltimore not done. The dump from Jackson to Edwards. Look at the big guy go. Detroit falling down. It's an 80-yard gain down to the 11. And then 2nd and 7, Baltimore. Let's finish this thing. It's Jackson, Andrews. Oh, yeah, 2 touchdown passes. So Lamar threw for 4, ran for 1. The coaches, we may see each other again down the road, but the Baltimore Ravens, as impressive as you can be, winning 38-6 and snapping the Lions' 4-game winning streak in big-time fashion. Lamar Jackson after the game.
That's what we expected. That's what we expect out of each other. You know, our offense to be moving the ball down the field, no problem, and putting points on the board. But we need to just keep being consistent.
I think today was lights out. I think, you know, just by Lamar, obviously Coach Monk, you know, from the top down, you know, on the offensive side of the ball, those 2 guys were elite.
They played well. They kicked our ass, and it's a credit to them. Lamar beat us. He hammered us with his arm. You know, he threw the ball extremely well. He ran when he needed to, and we did not handle it well.
503 yards offense, Baltimore. This is what the Ravens were supposed to look like. This is what happens when you get touchdowns. Yeah. They had them against Pittsburgh. They had, you know, we say it for any team. Touchdowns, and now they can play defense like that. They're a handful.
Well, on top of that, boom, when you don't play the Baltimore Ravens and you're not used to that physicality and you don't go against Lamar Jackson, I think now NFC teams against a Ravens-led team started when the game is started by Lamar Jackson, 16-1 are the Ravens for Lamar Jackson, because it's tough to go against that type of offense and his athleticism. He was outstanding. He was MVP Lamar today, and this offense moved efficiently. They ran the football. They controlled the line of scrimmage. And defensively, we know they can play defense. And they finished in the red zone with touchdowns. How many times have we seen this Raven teams kick field goals, and now the game is close and the defense has to bail them out? Today they finished with touchdowns, and you saw a team that's growing in confidence. And if they can score touchdowns, they'll be tough to beat, Boom.
And they had 3 in a row on the road. They're 4, including today, of 5 at home. Not that guarantees a win, but they're just a handful when they look like this. A lead for them is a lead, unlike many other teams. Personally, Booger, what do you think? I'm not worried about Detroit at all. Even the really good teams have clunkers. I'm not concerned about them. Are you?
I'm not worried, Boom. I do think there's a little cause for concern because when they're hammer, Montgomery, their tailback, he didn't play.
Right.
When he was out, where was the physicality? And we know this head coach wants to be a physical style offense. They want to be physical. And Gibbs is a good back. He's explosive, but there was not the element of physicality. And then everything shifted to Jared Goff, and he struggled all day long. So I am a little concerned about it. Not worried, but just a tad bit concerned.
Bump in the road.
Bump in the road.
Bump in the road. We got them on Monday Night Football. That place would be electric.
Yes.
You love seeing the Detroit fans follow them in Tampa, follow them in Baltimore. So they drove home quietly.
Yes.
From Baltimore to Detroit. It's a long ride, a quiet
Bump
ride.
in the road. I love it.
Look. The Lions, this is not where they usually are. They're a first-place team. Bucks home against the Falcons. Creamsicles didn't work last week.
No, they didn't.
Even though there were plenty in the stands. A lot of people bought them.
A lot of them.
Oh, you got it. Baker Mayfield against Desmond Ridder. And Ridder, he's Night Ridder. He's Day Ridder, I should say, into the end zone at 7-0 Atlanta. Next time the Bucks have the ball. So it's going to be a fun game, right? First quarter, Mayfield, Mike Evans. Still great.
How long has he been doing it, Boom? Nice
Forever.
outside move, easy touchdown there. On his way to another 1,000-yard season.
We're tied at 7. Now, little do we know there wouldn't be any more touchdowns, but we're tied at 10 now, second quarter. Ridder back to pass. Here comes Tampa's defense. Shaq Barrett been doing it for a while. Jamel Dean recovers it. Falcons miss out on points. And on the sideline, Bijan Robinson, he said he wasn't feeling well before the game. He hardly touched the ball. That's why.
Yeah, a lot of people in fantasy disappointed.
Yeah, well, can't win a ball. 10-10. Ridder. Drake London. Is he in? He's right there. But does he get in the end zone first? Ooh, that hand.
Right hand touched out of bounds, Boom. Played dead at that point. Falcons ball at the 1-yard line.
They get the 1-yard line, and God, don't fumble it there. Yaya Diaby. That's right. He falls on it, and the Bucks get a big break.
Yeah, in basketball, boom, they say the ball don't lie. Maybe it's the same way in football.
Well, and it's not round. Makes it harder, right? So 13-10 Atlanta fourth. Ritter. And he's looking for pay dirt. Is he in? But Antoine Winfield Jr. punches the ball out right before he crosses.
Great hustle by Winfield Jr. We have a saying on defense, defend every blade of grass, and he did.
Well, they did. The Falcons come up empty again at the 1-5 line. Mayfield, pressure. Oh, Baker motoring a little bit. Baker.
Shaking Baker.
Baker. 31 yards. Tampa. 3rd and goal from the 8. But David Onyemata for the sack. And it's a field goal with 45 seconds left. They had a chance to maybe score a touch. But look, they're going to get the lead very late. Chase McLaughlin, 36 yards out. They're not get the lead. They're tied at 13. So we're going to go to overtime, right? It's only 40 seconds left. Ritter. Kyle Pitts. Oh, Tampa's defense. Really? 39 yards.
Yeah, really good job there by Atlanta getting Pitts open.
And now Robinson gets a touch, just 3 yards. Falcons a little closer. Hey, you wouldn't think so. But Younghoe Koo has a ton of game-winning field goals. But this is from 51. Oh, it's the right way by Younghoe once again. And Atlanta, that's right, the Atlanta Falcons, your first-place team in the NFC South. They're 4-3. Bucks are 3-3. But the Atlanta Falcons, they ran it for 156. Jeff Darlington after the game with Drake London.
Drake, all I know is any game that ends with a kicker being hoisted onto the shoulder of his teammates is a good one. Can you sum up what we just saw?
You know, we figured out a way to win. I think that's what good teams do. You know, we was battling with ourselves right there at the end. We could have put it away way earlier, but, you know, we figured it out and we got the dub at the end of the day. That's what matters.
Offensively, we have to be better, and I'm going to wear that one for us. We have to be better offensively, and that's my job as a quarterback and a leader of this offense, to push these guys to finish these drives, not have these penalties, and make sure that we're helping our defense out.
You would not have guessed the high-scoring game of the day was Browns-Colts. You would have been wrong. Deshaun Watson going to play today for the Cleveland off their upset of San Francisco in Indy. Looking for Marquise Goodwin. That's a nice play by Julian Blackman. Indy, interesting uniform.
I kind of like the dark blue, Boom.
Yeah, kind of matches Baker's shirt. Now, Watson feeling pressure, looking for Elijah Moore, but Kenny Moore picks off that pass, ruled incomplete. But Watson shaken up, concussion, ruled okay, but he wouldn't return after this.
Yeah, he came into the game with like a bruised rotator cuff. That hit there didn't help it at all.
No. So, into the game, P.J. Walker. We're tied at 14. 4th and 19. Colts Matt Gay, 60-yard field goal. Look out, the big fella. Myles Garrett was all over the place. He blocked. He forced fumbles. You'll see them all. And he blocks that field goal, and the Browns leads to a field goal, 17-14.
What about the athleticism? He's 6'5", 275. He jumped over the line.
That's unbelievable. He's a one-man wrecking crew. He's trying to listen for the crowd right now. Meanwhile, it's Gardner Minshew. What? Shaking a bat. He's into the end zone. Minshew. 21-17 Colts. Minshew, however, wasn't all roses. It was Myles Garrett stripping him of the ball. Tony Fields, touchdown, 27-21 Cleveland.
Yeah, just a really good play by Myles Garrett, turning the corner, getting the ball. He beat 2 guys, beat the tight end, beat the tackle, got the hand before it came forward. Sack, calls, fumble, Browns touchdown.
Now, so 27-21 to half. This game was like 40 minutes behind every other game, but it was fun. Under 6 minutes to go, third. Jonathan Taylor is back looking like him. Had a long run earlier, 5-yard touchdown, his first of the year. Obviously, 30-28, the Colts trail by 2. Now, under 6 to go. Minshew, good pocket. Michael Pittman, he could go all the way. 75 yards, missed tackle Cleveland with the top-ranked defense going into the game. Not on this day.
Yeah, but not just 1 missed tackle, 2 missed tackles, as Pittman lets him know.
38-33, under a minute to go in the game. P.J. Walker. Uh-oh. DeForest Buckner sacks him, loses the ball. But wait, there's a flag on the play, and this would start a parade of flags.
Yeah, Boom, they call it legal contact, and Not really a lot there.
It would be worse here. Next play, Walker to Donovan Peoples-Jones. It's pass interference. Whoa, 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 whoa. If he was 10 feet, he might not have caught it.
Boom, they said the ball has to be in the stands almost.
Now the one, Kareem Hunt, is he in? Took a look again. He did get in. And so, P.J. Walker leads him to this, if you will. Watson clapping, Browns winning. They upset San Francisco. The record shows they beat the Colts in a wild game. My goodness, look at all the points here. Almost 80. Our intrepid Ed Werder with omnipresent Myles Garrett.
Can you describe the two strip sacks that set up touchdowns and the blocked field goal?
Man, a high risk, high reward. I'm going to play balls to the wall every single snap. None of that's guaranteed. We've had guys go down. There's guys going down across the league. And, you never know when that's going to come. So I'm going to give my all to my teammates, and they do the same because I try to lead by that example.
If you look at the whole game, we talked about winning the turnover battle. We had 4, which is going to be tough to win any football game. So that's the biggest thing. We got to get cleaned up. Starts with myself. We got to go from there.
So, look, Cleveland, P.J. Walker, quarterback when they upset undefeated San Francisco, quarterback for most of this game when they beat Indy in a just a crazy game. Watson now, who hasn't played and is hurting. Walker right now, I'm not saying he's better, of course not. Gave them a much better chance to win, as it turned out, and they won both of the games. We didn't show a long pass that he made to put them down there before all the flags happened.
No, but he gave them a little stability. You couple that with the defense, they got some turnovers. Their defense got shredded today. They didn't play like the number one defense, but they were opportunistic in getting turnovers. And you got to give your hats off to Walker Boom, who he came in, he started the San Francisco game, they won that game. Today he wasn't expecting to start. Watson came out, and early in the game, he's got to come right back out there and make some more plays. He did that. So when you talk about the Cleveland Browns, they're 4-2, Boom. They haven't played their best ball. Correct. The quarterback's position has been kind of shaky, but they're 4-2. So if you're a Browns fan, you got to feel really good. I want to see what happens with Watson. We haven't seen the Deshaun Watson that they're paying the money to get. And at some point, they need to see that guy so they can fulfill the fruition of this team. And on the other side, Boom, the Colts, when you turn the football over that much, you're not going to win a ton of football games.
We love Minshew, and I love him. But fumbled 3, picked 1, although at times he played good quarterback, but then you can't give 4 turnovers. All I'm going to say, I'm going back to the 80s.
Okay.
Bill Walsh told me in an interview on a long pass, there was a pass interference in the NFC Championship game with a minute to go that they called like that, and then when Washington kicked the field goal, I'm going back 40 years. His quote to me, I don't know why I remembered it today, a Boston Celtic could not have caught that ball. That's a shaky one. I'm sorry. That's a shaky one.
I got you.
It's a Steelers off the bye. Mike Tomlin has won 6 in a row off a bye. Rams playing better than you thought. So, by the way, we told you that T.J. Watt and Aaron Donald are playing in this game, and Troy Polamalu's that would be defense.
Yes.
Matthew Stafford. Yeah. What happened? He's all over. Takes it down to the 10.
He doesn't just sack the quarterback, Boom, dropping back in coverage with the INT.
It's unbelievable. 3rd and goal from the one, Kenny Pickett. Only Philly had that play down. The other team can't really do that. Steelers, they were like over half of them in the stands in L.A., right? 10-9. Play action. This is Stafford to Puka Nacua, right? What a start he's had as a rookie. What a great catch.
Unbelievable catch, Boom. Left foot down, and then the right toe. Glad he doesn't have extra wide shoes. Regular width, he's in, Boom.
Very good. Later in the drive, at 3rd and 7. Stafford, Nacua. Oh, look at the guy. Look at the little guy. Puka Shell. He's blowing away the Steelers. 8 for 154 inside the 10. Darrell Henderson scores. They go for 2. They get it. 17-10. Los Angeles going to the 4th. First play, 4th quarter. Kenny Pickett. Kenny Wilson Pickett. Going to wait to the midnight hour. Deontay Johnson makes a miss. And that's 39 yards. A lot of missed tackles resulting today in like 40-yard gains. Jaylen Warren. When he's in, he's run hard.
When he's in, he looks more explosive. He looks way quicker than Najee Harris.
Well, they're tied at 17. Rams punt. Pickett Johnson, very nice. First down, red zone now. Najee Harris. Well, he got the big hole and took it in the end zone. Steelers, they lead at 24-17. Oh, they're happy. Now, over 3 minutes to go. Same score, Pickett, flag. Ahkello Witherspoon called for a flag, but then Johnson called for unsportsmanlike conduct, so offset.
Yeah, you can't get in the man's face and do the shh. You can't do that.
Can't do that. It's stupid. 3rd and 8. Pickett. Allen Robinson. No, he doesn't get it. What are you going to do on 4th down? Well, oh, Canada, right? Sing the national anthem. Pickett sneaks there. Ooh. Michael Hoyt in there from Brown University. And other Rams, did he stop short? But,
boom, the knee is down, boom, and it's outside of 2 minutes, which means you have to challenge that outside of 2 minutes.
And they had no timeout, they could not do it. And so Sean McVay goes, really? Like, we don't look at, that's a tough one. But nobody's fault. I mean,
nobody's fault, boom, but that's why you got to say those timeouts, boom.
So, the Steelers, 7 in a row, as we said, off by Mike Tomlin. Steelers win by the count of 24-17. In the red zone, they were 3 for 3. You know, when you do that, you're going to win ball games. So Pittsburgh, quietly, boy, that division is tough.
Yes.
Tough. Every time the Chiefs play the Chargers, it's wild, it's close. Mahomes, Herbert, it goes back to Alex Smith, Phillip Rivers, it goes back beyond that. Mahomes, 3-3 game first. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Oh, a Scantling sighting. 10-3. Joshua Kelly. Chargers. Look at him go through the secondary. 49 yards. Kelly ties it at 10. We've gotten to know her. We're everywhere. Mahomes, Travis Kelce. I think he's open, Booker.
Wide open.
53-yard pickup. 1st and goal. They like young Rashee Rice, draft pick. He's tiptoes on the end zone. His 3rd touchdown of the year, 17-10.
Yeah, he's coming on. He's going to be a big play threat for them.
Justin Herbert rolling, has time. Joshua Palmer, he's wide open. This is what we get with the Chiefs and the Chargers. Fun, unless you're leaving guys wide open and you're on the defense. Now, 1st and goal, Herbert, Gerald Everett, nice, tied at 17.
Yeah, and we thought we were going to have a shootout going forward.
Yep, 2 minutes to play. In the half, Mahomes, Kelce, 15-yard gain. Boy, was he having fun. Oh, let's throw it inside. There's a different version of the push. The other Kelce involved in a push, right?
Kelce had a big day, boom. He must have had a special friend at the game.
Yeah, I don't know. We're getting to know Taylor Swift better than we are Travis Kelce on NFL primetime. 24-17 Chiefs at the half. Mahomes to Blake Bell, but ding-dong Bell. Derwin James recovers a fumble. Chargers hoping the turnover leads them to pay dirt. 3rd and 8, Chargers. Herbert, pass tipped. L'Jarius Sneed comes up with essentially the fly ball.
Tips and overthrows, boom. We got to get those on defense.
Chargers punting. How would they use Mecole Hardman back with the Chiefs and trade from the Jets? Why don't we use him on punt returns? Because he is really, really fast. And nobody knew they were going to. Well, Andy Reid knew they were going to do that. A couple people knew they were going to do that. I don't know who. At any rate, Mecole pays off immediately with a 50-yard return. He's very popular in the locker room. They're happy to see him back. Mahomes to Isaiah Pacheco. And that's a 2-touchdown lead, 31-17.
Nice little screen design. Nobody runs better screens than Andy Reid.
Nope, that's for sure. Did it in Philly, did it with the Chiefs. 2nd and 24, Herbert. Now they're down. They got it looking for a miracle. Brian Cook picks it off with a minute to go. And so, again, the Chargers game, but they're 2-4. The Kansas City Chiefs have won 6 in a row. They lost on opening day. They've won all the games since then. And Kansas City, and how about these numbers? What Mahomes threw for 424, and 32 of 42. And Kelce 12 for 179. When you do that, you just, By the way, Evan Kaplan, ace researcher, our research staff, the Chiefs are the only team that won 6 in a row that for 11 straight years have a 5 or more game winning streak at some point every season. Never happened before in the NFL. What year did it start? 2013. That's when Andy Reid started with the Kansas City Chiefs. That would be consistency.
No doubt. And boom, ever so often during the season, Patrick Mahomes reminds us, hey, I'm still the best quarterback in football. I can play inside the pocket in structure. I can get outside the pocket, which he's probably more dangerous outside the pocket. And today, he reminded the league. He had one of those days, those 400-yard days, where him and Travis Kelce were on the same page. Anytime he went right, Kelce went left, and they were vibing with each other. You bring back Mecole Hardman. He's just going to pay dividends, not only on special teams, but down the stretch on offense, because they need more, they want more speed on the offensive side of the football. And their ability to run the football with Pacheco and that offensive line, they are rounding into form. And we're talking about Miami, we're talking about San Francisco and Philly, because those teams are a lot more sexy. And quietly, they've won 6 in a row.
Yeah, and there won't be quiet winning more games going
Exactly.
forward. And if Mahomes and Kelce are going to hook up that much, everyone else is going to be open to.
Yes, exactly.
Everybody.
No doubt, because he's the focal point of the offense. Not many offenses run your entire offense through the tight end. So now your wide receivers get one-on-one matchups. Think about it. Most offenses go through the receivers, and the tight ends get one-on-ones. Kansas City is flipped, so maybe the league needs to pay attention to that.
Well, they ought to. Kelce, is he? We never heard of him. Maybe we should cover him. He has an unbelievable knack. You know, we came in today, and I said something like, I have a feeling that these one-win teams, we already saw one with New England. I didn't know about that one. You know, are they going to go 1-16 all year? Are they going to go 5 or 6 and something?
Yeah.
Well, if they are, they're going to have to pick up a win here or there, and that would be the Giants have 1 win. That would be the Bears have 1 win. The Denver has 1 win. Arizona has 1 win. Would this be the day for the 1-win teams? The Giants, Brian Daboll, they have not scored an offensive touchdown in the first half all year. Until now, they're only the 4th team to take 7 weeks to finally do it since 1950. Hey, we did it. It's Tyrod Taylor who started the Darren Waller touchdown.
No doubt about it, Bowman. In the red zone, you throw it high, especially to your 6'6" tight end. Boom, dare I say, the offense started to look a little better under Taylor.
Yeah, Tyrod, 7-0 Giants. Sam Howell. Uh-oh. The weather started getting rough for Thurston B. Howell. Deontay Banks, not Carl Banks, Deontay Banks with a pick, the rookie, and the Giants take over. Hey, you know this touchdown thing?
Yeah.
That was so much fun. Why don't we give it to Saquon Barkley over here in the flat and let 26 do the rest of it? The Giants actually sit on a 14-0 lead.
Amazing. Get it to your playmakers, Waller, Barkley, 14 points.
Now, Washington punting. But you have 1 win for reasons like this day. Sterling Shepard muffs a punt. De'Ami Brown falls on it. Coach says, Sterling, we need you. And that's coaching.
Yes.
Brian Robinson in the end zone. We got a 1-score game, 14-7. Giants lead down to 7. Under 14 to go in the game. Shepard obviously upset. He'd have a chance later. Joey Sly, 27-yard field goal. Leonard Williams, it was the day of the blocked field goal. The big guy comes right up the middle to block it.
Yeah, boom. How sweet is that when you're a big guy? 6'5", get your hands up, and you can make a difference in the game. Look at that. Look at that big paw. That's a mitt.
Wow. Under 8 minutes to go in the game, Barkley. Handoff. Uh-oh, Darren Payne. He's a pain for the Giants. Forces the turnover. Washington in business. 2 minutes to go. Oh, well, here it is again.
Yeah, it wasn't the most well-played game inside.
No.
Barkley's usually a little bit more sure-handed to that, but great job by Payne stripping it out.
Kind of had a feeling we wouldn't be leading with this game. But at any rate, Howell on 4th and 1 at the 18 to Terry McLaurin. Washington thinking about tying the game. Now it's 4th and 5 at the 12. Minute to go. Howell. John Dotson. Well, Pinnock in the area, but he couldn't come down with it, Dotson.
Yeah, passed a little bit behind him. It was going to be a tough catch. Would have got the first down, maybe not the touchdown.
So, Giants, they win for the second time this year. They are 2-5 and snap that what was it? The 4-game losing streak. 6 sacks by the Giants. Washington not happy.
I think it's just a lack of focus on our part, a lack of attention to detail, not starting fast, and creating holes that are too big for us to overcome in the second half.
Does it get frustrating?
I'm f***ing tired of this. I'm tired of this. It's been 7 years of the same. Tired of this.
Chicago starting. This is a great story. Tyson Bagent. He was a free Bagent from Division II Shepherd University from West Virginia. He's a West Virginia son of West Virginia. Mom and dad in the stands. First Division II quarterback to start in the NFL since 2010, and they're home again. Oh, he can move. They're playing the Raiders at Soldier Field. Oh, his young man's field. He looked good when he came in relief of Fields last week. Was hurt. Dante Foreman gets the toss. He's dragging Raiders from the 2. Foreman in the end zone. Bears? They lead 7-0 against the Raiders. Brian Hoyer starting for the injured Jimmy Garoppolo. Hoyer played well in relief in the win last week. Tremaine Edmonds has the ball in the middle for Chicago.
Yeah, good play by the former Buffalo Bill.
Look at Bagent. Mercedes Lewis, he brought the extended warranty package. 18 years for the Mercedes. Driving down to the 3-yard line, then Foreman. Foreman. 14-0 Chicago. What a story this is. Bagent. Little screen to Foreman. Getting some. That's a well set up play.
No doubt. A lot of misdirection there. Everybody on the right side, the whole old line on the left side. Good play design.
And so the Bears fired up for their young quarterback, then Bagent. Foreman. He's in the end zone. The Bears lead 21-3. They're going to blow out the Raiders at Soldier Field. The fans, the one-win Bears. 14 minutes left in the game. Still 21-3. You don't know. 4th and 4. Monte Adams wants the ball. He got it. First down. 3 plays later. 3rd and goal. Adams can't bring it in. They're going to kick a field goal with. Did they kick one?
Yeah, they targeted him a lot today, Boone. Didn't amount to much, but they gave him a lot of targets.
21-6. Now 24-6. And the new monsters of the Midway, at least for one afternoon. Jalen Johnson with the pick. My goodness. From free Bagent to today's secret Bagent man. We are going to change the number of Bagent to 007 because he truly is the Bears' secret agent man.
Where I come from, I got a bunch of friends, a bunch of family that understood how big this was, just in life. Not a lot of people get to say they started an NFL game, let alone win an NFL game. So definitely had a lot of those conversations today. I think the staff understood it too, and the players. That's why, everybody rallied behind me, as well as they did. So I was able to take it in with a handful of different conversations I had throughout the week. And yeah.
Harlan Hill Trophy winner, that's the Division II Heisman.
Yeah, how good was that?
Now the one-win Broncos at home against the Packers off a bye. Broncos, kind of a mini bye. They had that Thursday night game. Russell Wilson. Well, I can still do this. 21 yards late in the last minute of the second quarter. The Broncos up 6-0. Can Will Lutz add to the lead? Yep. 35-yard field goal. 9-0 Denver. Here's thin up there.
Yeah, very thin.
Under 7 to go in the third quarter. 9-3, Wilson. Cortland Sutton out of the dark, into the light. 18-yard touchdown, 16-3. Broncos?
How about that pass? A nice touch by Russell.
Yep. Now, Jordan Love to Romeo Doubs. Patrick Surtain, Doubs at the same time. Ty goes to the runner.
Always, Boone. Ty goes to the offense.
Yeah, it does, and the Packers now trail only 16-10. Early fourth quarter. Love. Looking for Luke Musgrave. Kareem Jackson launches incomplete helmet towards Musgrave. Jackson ejected.
Yeah, Boone, that's the second time this has happened to him. I think he's going to be getting a nice little fine, Boone.
Yep. He's gone. 4th and 1. Packers. Love, Ben Sims in the flat, just enough for a first down. Uh-oh, Denver, you have a chance to win. Don't blow it. Here come the pack. You know there are plenty of them in the stands. Jaden Reed. Pass tips off Dubs and right to Jaden Reed. When you're hot, you hot.
Boom,
Touchdown pack.
I'd rather be lucky than good, Boom. And they weren't good on this play, but they were lucky.
17-16 Green Bay, 4.5 to go. Russell, whirling, diving, sacked. Big third down stop, Packers. The Broncos kick field goal. 52 yards, Lutz. He makes it. 19-17 Denver, 3 to go, regulation. Love to the quad father, A.J. Dillon. Look at those quads, man. You want to tackle that?
No.
29 yards. 2 minutes to go, regulation. Love. Launching. 3rd and 20. 2 Broncos there. P.J. Lock. It's a lock. The Broncos? They're going to win for the second time this year. I told you, these one-win teams, you sneak a couple in October, you take one in November, you keep going. And so Green Bay falls to 2-4. Denver wins for the second time this season. Williams ran for 82 yards. And the Broncos, they win at Mile High. The Cardinals, they only have 1 win.
Okay.
And could they win 2? They're at Seattle. The Seahawks, 3-2 team. Buda Baker back. Some Arizona fans went. DK Metcalf, hip injury. He was listed questionable all the week, didn't play. That gives a chance to Jackson Smith and Gigber. And Geno Smith says, okay, rookie, here's your touchdown.
Yeah, he adds an extra element of explosiveness to the offense. Got to get him more involved.
And Jigba, they know they've got it. Joshua Dobbs, quarterback, Arizona, down 7-3. Devin, speaking of the other number 1 pick, Devin Witherspoon, him, Adams, obviously Reek Woolen, they're putting together quite a secondary.
One of the best rookies in the National Football League. He's making an impact. Sacks, touchdowns, INTs, he's everywhere.
Well, but they call roughing the passer. Arizona maintains possession because DJ Humphries made contact with the down judge. At any rate, Arizona has the ball. Dobbs. Oh, who can do this? Arizona?
Yeah.
They lead 10-7, under 5 to go in the half at Seattle. This rookie free agent, Jake Bobo, was the star of camp. Free agent UCLA, caught, but initially rules out of bounds. Seattle challenges, touchdown.
Boom. How many times are we going to see a left foot and then you get that right big toe? Keep that little pinky off the ground.
14-10 Seahawks. Dobbs. Boye Mafe, he's getting about a sack a game for Seattle. Some unknown guys, at least nationally, bringing it for their defense, which really has played well for much of the year. 17-10. Smith. Oh, Geno. Uh-oh. Picked off by Garrett Williams. First game, then first INT for Williams. What a thrill. Still 17-10, under 7 to go. Your Mercado takes it to midfield for 12 yards. 5 minutes to go, 4th and 9. Can Seattle get a stop? Dobbs, sidelines, Cardinals. What are they going to do here? Oh, tricky Cardinals. Backup quarterback Clayton Tune to Michael Wilson. It was slightly out of tune. They're short of a first down. Way to try it. Formation. What do you got the punt team on? And not quite.
Not quite, Boom. Tried to get a little tricky there.
The punter lined up at the top of the screen. Gannon, the team plays hard for him.
They do.
But in the end, Seattle a little bit too much. And so the Seahawks, they go to 4-2. They host Cleveland next week. And the Seahawks beat the Cardinals 20-10. They're the lone of the one-win. Winless Carolina didn't play. They're in a bye week. And so the Cardinals stay at 1 win. See, a reminder out there to everybody that we weren't being cute with the costumes on Halloween. It's professional football. Yeah. You know better than me. And so, they're no good. They won't win. When are they going to win these games? You know what? It's October.
Yeah.
It's October. All these one-win teams, almost all of them won on this day. And actually, if you look closely, several of them, New England was a surprise.
Yeah.
Wasn't that surprising?
No, Boom. They even made a movie about this. They call it Any Given Sunday.
There, yes, they
because
did.
It's professional football. When you have pros who show up to play. They play with pride. They have pride. They're focused on trying to get better each and every week. And the difference between winning and losing is always 4 to 5 plays. If those teams make those plays, they win games like we saw today.
They do. You know, one division, the Chiefs, they've almost separated themselves from everybody, and we're not at Halloween yet.
Yes.
Baltimore winning, they stay in first, but Pittsburgh won. Cleveland won. Cincinnati's in last. They had a bye at 3-3. Could it be hard to win more than 11 games in that division coming out of there?
We thought that was going to be the best division in football when the season started. It's shaping up that way, especially now that Cincinnati is starting to kind of round in the form. We'll see what they look like coming off the bye.
And they're all going to be playing each other, going, moving forward, obviously. Game ball, speaking of that division, what do you got?
Yeah, Boom, it was a big one today. How about Cleveland defensive end Myles Garrett, Boom? Sometimes, Boom, you can have a stat line that goes, he didn't really do much, but not this one. He had, Boom, 7 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 1 blocked field goal. Boom, he was the catalyst when you didn't have your starting quarterback, when the offense wasn't going well. He was a one-man wrecking crew. Myles Garrett dominated and reminded everyone he's still in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. And reminding everyone that he's still one of the greatest coaches of all time, Bill Belichick. Well, we're going to roll up our sleeves. It doesn't look good. They've been howling in New England. What's going on? The Patriots, this isn't what we thought. Yeah, well, they beat the Buffalo Bills, the bully. I know they're not in first now, but the bully in the division. They replaced New England in that place. And what a win. There's his right-hand man, Burge Najarian. Bill has won 300 regular season games. And as we said earlier, Don Shula, George Halas, Bill Belichick. Hello. Congratulations, Bill. At 300 wins, I mean, my goodness.
It's amazing how soon we forget. Just because he's going through a little downtime right now and he's struggling, Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time when it comes to football. Some people may argue Lombardi. I get it. But for my time, it's Bill Belichick. And it's not because of the wins. It's how you win. He's won with Brady. He's won with defense. He's won with so many different things, Boom. He's went from a 3-down front to a 4-down front. Schematically, he's made them change rules in the game. That's how good he's been. So congratulations, Bill Belichick.
Even if they don't win, no one is going to outthink and prepare him, his staff, and his team, even if it hasn't looked like it much this year. They play Miami next week. It'll be like, okay, what have you done for me lately? But we shall see. And at 300 and counting regular season wins for Coach Belichick. Now, speaking of Miami at Philly, that in the city of brotherly love.
Or brotherly shove.
Brotherly shove. We know we're going to see that, too. Meanwhile, the track team, the 4x100 track team that's Miami. What a game, Sunday Night Football. Scott Van Pelt. Have fun with this one, Scotty.
Easy to do, Boomer. Philadelphia on fire. Monday night, the Phillies in town trying to move on to the World Series. This is a Super Bowl preview, perhaps. The first NFL matchup between Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts. Of course, they were teammates at Alabama. It's a 3-0 lead for Philadelphia. They've got the ball when the ball is knocked away from Jalen Hurts. Christian Wilkins is on it. Hurts now 9 turnovers on the season. He had just 8 in 15 games last year. Miami would get an equalizing field goal, 3-3. Be remiss not to mention the gorgeous Kelly Green unis. You know, Philly, you could wear them all the time if you wanted. You just would have to wear them all the time. Dallas Goedert, he told me on SportsCenter afterward that the atmosphere in the link was just electric. He helped it be so with that touchdown catch that gave the Eagles a 10-3 lead. Still 10-3, 4th and 3. Nick Sirianni and this Eagle team, they love to go for it. Hurts gets out of the pocket and finds A.J. Brown. Touchdown. Not quite after a review. You see that could be a butt cheek situation. Elbow, rump, whatever it is. He's down at the 1, but that just means that you know what's coming and you can't stop it. Brotherly shove. Hurts' 32nd career rushing touchdown ties Randall Cunningham, the most by a quarterback in Eagles history. But that man right there can scheme up some plays. Mike McDaniel in that Dolphin offense. This was a big conversion on 3rd and 18. Looked like it could get away from him. Instead, Tua hits Cedric Wilson Jr., a big 29-yard gain, and what a toss this is. Double coverage, doesn't matter. Tua, a perfect pass to Tyreek in the corner of the end zone, 17-10. It's still 17-10, 4th and 3. Miami goes for it. And frankly, the officials miss a face mask right there. Should have been first down, Miami. Instead, it's a ball don't lie situation as Miami brings pressure off the edge. The ball's deflected. Jerome Baker makes a great reaction to squeeze that. The pick six, another turnover for Hurts. We're tied at 17. Late in the third, Hurts. Conversion at Devontae Smith. Eagles on the move. Later in the drive, A.J. Brown continues to impact the game in a massive way. Just too big to get down on the ground. He had 10 grabs, $137, that touchdown, and Philly leads. Miami threatening to even things up. They're approaching the red zone. Tua is looking for the end zone. Raheem Mostert, little wheel. Ball floats up, and Darius Slay makes a play on it. And the Philly defense gives the ball back to the offense, and from there, Philly knows what to do. Including 4th and 1 at your own 26. You go for it because no one can stop that play. Nick Sirianni loves it. Just a few plays later, 4th and inches again, this time at about the 37. Well, now they're at the 40. Move the chains, eating up clock. A yard at a time is great, but let's go double move and get 42 on this one. Hurts to Brown, big time grab. And then Philadelphia puts this one to bed, essentially. Kenneth Gainwell spins out of one tackle, stays on his feet into the end zone, and Philadelphia grabs the victory. They move to 6-1. Miami's dropped 2 games, one in Buffalo, one on the road in this one against Philadelphia. They're home to take on the Patriots next Sunday. Meanwhile, Philadelphia will travel south down I-95 for an NFC East battle with the Commanders, who are 3-4.
Thank you, fellas. I just want to share with folks out there who've been watching Primetime a long time. This week I had a rock and roll week, personally. I went to see the Eagles. I went to see Steve Miller. I went to see Bachman Turner Overdrive. The Eagles, Joe Walsh, Don Henley, the mid-70s. Randy Bachman's 80. Steve Miller is 80. My point is they're all older than me. They all sounded great. They all were at the top of their game, and they all looked like, and I know they were having a great time out there, as were we in the audience. So all I want to say is me at a young 68 years old, and with Booger's help and our staff here at NFL Primetime, every week we're going to crank it out and do it to the best of our ability because we know you're counting on us out there. And dare I steal, we're going to be taking care of business every way, every day, and have a good time with us. You get the best of us until we can't do it anymore. Booger, thanks for sitting through my rock and roll diatribe there.
I love it, always.
We're going to take it to the limit one more time. For Booger, I'm Boomer. Thanks for watching NFL Primetime.